Fish on! This is what I've waited a long time for.
Oh, there's a big fish in there.
Yeah, there is.
Here they come. Holy That's gold. Just skis full up in those things, they're in there.
Oh, there's fish in the skis. Look.
Welcome to Jetfish. My name's Kirk Davis and this is my show where I take you to meet some pretty cool people in some pretty cool places and have some pretty cool fishing experiences. And I do it all on a Waverunner. With a range of over 150 kilometres, I can go anywhere that a boat can go. It's easy to launch, safe and stable enough to stand on one side or fight large fish. I've got all the electronics and storage that any boat would have, and I always carry with me the latest safety equipment. This life's not going to live itself. So hop on now and let's head off on today's Jetfish adventure. On this week's episode of Jetfish, I've packed my gear and headed to the airport with my best mate for what promises to be a pretty unique week away. Our ultimate destination is Hervey Bay in Queensland, Australia. After picking up the ski in Brisbane, Blake and I started the 4-hour journey north. The drive was a long, hot one. And along the way, we came across a pretty awesome looking water sports park that looked like a great location to cool off and get some practice for the father and son trip that lay ahead of us. We're about an hour north of Brisbane and we've just pulled into Bly Barra Park. This is a park that's a big water attractions and it's got kids bouncy castles and stuff in the water. It's got a big wake park and it's got a barra farm, a barramundi farm. I've never caught a barramundi and nor has Blake. So we've got him a rod, we're sitting here, we've got the little baits out, we've cast out, we've seen some barramundi swimming around. Oh, and a big one has just jumped. So hopefully it's just a matter of time before we hook up. Okay mate, cast it out. That'll do. Now we wait. It didn't take long before Blake was hooked up to his first barramundi. Fish on. Keep that bend, mate. Well, don't worry about it. It's a fish. It's pulling some line. There's a bit of drag on that one. Keep the line on there. Keep coming this way, just slowly. £4 line and about £1.5 pounds of drag. You haven't got a lot of room to move. To do. I'll just film them. I'll film you both. As long as you're not in witness protection or anything, you're good. Get the wines when you can. Nice, mate. Here he comes. It's a nice fish. That's a nice fish. Yes, boy. What a monster. How is that? That is a nice fish, man. Let's get that hook out and have a look.
Well done, and hold him upright so you don't wear a spy.
And how is that for a fish, mate? That is a monster barramundi. That is awesome work, well done. Shall we take him over to the lake, to the pond and put him back in? We'll get a couple of photos and then we'll drop him back in. Oh, you're all right, hold him by, oh, he's away. Look at me. That's what barramundi fishing's all about, brother. With the first fish of the trip under our belt, it was time to hit the road again. Blake and I have come over to Australia, to Hervey Bay, on what some people might call a father-son trip of a lifetime. We're going away on this big whale watching cat. It's the end of whale watching season.
and we've got about 7 or 8 skis between 10 or 12 guys as well as 5 kids, and we're all heading away up to Fraser Island, and we're going to be looking for all sorts of different pelagics. Up there at this time of year you can get tuna, you can get mackerel, spotted mackerel, Spanish mackerel, and of course the elusive black marlin, the baby black marlin come down the coast. So we're going to head up there. We're going to take the skis out shortly. It's quite windy, so it's going to be a bit of a rough ride. We're going to head out there shortly and just see what we can find on a week away.
The trip on the Waverunner to the top of Fraser Island was one that was going to test even the hardiest of Aussie battlers. The wind was blowing almost 20 knots, which meant it would take almost 2 hours to cover the 60 kilometres between Hervey Bay and our sheltered anchorage at Fraser Island. The majority of the boys were also riding Waverunners, similar to the one I'd picked up from Yamaha in Brisbane, so we could be confident in the reliability and excellent fuel consumption. Setting out of the harbour, it was obvious we were in for a wet and wild couple of hours. Fortunately, the water was 24 degrees, only a few degrees cooler than the air at 28. These long rides give you a great opportunity to look around and really get to know your ski, as well as think about what lies ahead. I was really hoping to get Blake into another new species, and I would love to catch a black marlin. With all this beautiful scenery, it didn't take long for the hours to drift by, and before I knew it, I was rejoining the mothership, setting up camp, and settling in for the night.
As the sun came up, it was time to head out. Right, it's day one. We finally got on the ski. It's about 8 AM, 8:30 AM in the morning, something like that. We've been up since 5. Blake and I are heading out to what we call the drop-off line. It comes out quite shallow and then drops off, and you can see just the different coloured waters, particularly when you're up higher on the top of the boat. So we're heading out there now. We're just going to have a little look. There's been birds flying along that line the whole morning, so it says to me that what they're doing is there's not necessarily fish there because they're flying there, these big flocks of birds, but they're flying along that line because they know that that's where the fish hang out. We're heading out to that line now. We're only probably 300 metres away from it. Blake's a bit grumpy because he hasn't had much sleep. I haven't had much sleep, but hopefully the fish will start biting and the moods will improve. The conditions weren't the best, but we soon came across a whole lot of birds feeding on a school of bait fish. We've just come across a big meatball just in front of us. You can see this big black mass in the water, and there's just fish attacking it from all sides. So I'm going to cast into it, see what's there. Oh yes, mate, that's right.
Me.
Give it a wind, mate. Wind it. Go on.
Ooh, I got bites.
Keep going. Wind it. Wind. Yeah, boy. Blake's on. Oh, listen to the power of that. Chase this work up around. We've gone from work up to work up. Woo! How fast these things go. He's coming back at us. Keep the pressure. Keep the pressure. Keep winding. Keep winding. He's coming at us. It's coming in. Here he is. Blake's first Mac tuna, and it is a beauty. There you go, turn around to the camera. You've got to hold him, stick your hand in his gills here. Ooh. Come on. How was that for Blake's first Mac tuna? That's a monster of a fish, 8 or 9 kilos. What a beast. All on 20-pound line, Fraser Island, Australia. With this massive tuna under his belt, Blake was keen to head back to the mothership to hang out with his mates for the afternoon. This gave me the chance to drop out some lures and try and catch my fish of a lifetime.
Coming up,
Fish on!
I do a bit of trolling for a new species of my own. This week on Jetfish, I'm joined by my son Blake on a father and son trip of a lifetime to Australia's beautiful Queensland.
How is that for a fish, mate? That is a monster.
The sleeping accommodation may not be 5-star, but we're hoping the fishing is.
Boy! The reels I'm using to fish for these marlin at Fraser Island are the Daiwa Saltus 35H. They're spooled with 300 metres of 50-pound braid. One of them's got multicoloured braid, one of them's just got single colour braid. I'm using 50 pound because that's a good strength. The fish are around that 50, 60 pound roughly, up to that kind of size, possibly bigger, you never know. But it means that you're not fighting them for too long. You don't want to be fighting these juvenile marlin for an hour. We're going to be catching them and releasing them. So I want to make sure I'm getting them to the ski in good condition. That reel is attached to a Daiwa Saltus Hyper rod. So that's a nice little short rod, not too strong, not too long, and got plenty of strength in the butt section. So you can really put some power into any size fish. And of course, as per usual, you can get all the gear that I use from your nearest Top Catch store. Fish on! Here we go. This is what I've waited a long time for. I had a hit on one lure, dropped it, and now I'm on this one. Oh. It looks like a nice sized black marlin. And that's what I've travelled all this way for, man. You can probably hear the excitement in my voice. The adrenaline. Oh, because when it kicks in, it's like Christmas. Come on, baby. These things have got so much power. I've been persevering and persevering. Most of the other boys have gone back to the boat for a beer. I've just kept on going. You've got to keep on going if you want to catch the fish. I actually thought to myself, I'll have something to eat. That's exactly what I did. Got food in my teeth. Oh no! Bust off. Don't ask me what happened, I've got no idea. But he's gone. That is absolutely gutting. Oh, he's just dropped the hook. That's all that's happened. The hook's pulled. Bugger! So close. So close! That's fishing. That's what keeps you coming back. The excitement. Driving around for 4 or 5 hours getting absolutely nothing, thinking, shall I go back for a beer? And then boom, you saw it. The camera was running and hooked up. Unbelievable. It was a nice sized fish, but just pulled the hook. As the afternoon wore on, some of the boys were relaxing on the mothership, so I decided to provide a little bit of excitement. Rightio, it's time to go shark fishing. I've got this spotty mackerel frame that we caught a couple of days ago, so I'm going to hook it up with a big circle hook, steel trace, and let's get that down there. It's not going to sink as fast because when I hook up I can release and pull it ashore.
Which way are you going to drag him out here?
Oh, that feels like a marlin.
You're going to drag the ski, go that way.
He's just relaxing. He's dropped it again.
Get the drone,
He's coming back. Here he comes.
Get the cameras. Get the drone.
Here we are. I'm getting hit by a fish.
Get the sun.
Just letting him run with the bait. The boys are getting excited. Some of the boys were a little too excited. Okay, shh.
Which way you going?
Just hold me there. I've got to go round the engine of the boat. That's the problem. Well, the boat, the engine's down, right?
Oh, it's in the middle.
Because I'm tied up to the back of the mothership, I'm going to need to go around the other boats before I can fight this fish.
Get the sun. Get the moon. Get the moon.
Oh shit! I'm pretty sure. Listen, I'm pretty sure it's either a GT or a sail. It's a sail. Just leave me there, bro. I'm good here. He's dropped it. Here he comes. He's coming back.
He won't have dropped it, he'll have it.
I'll have it.
He's got it. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep, so you can go.
Well, I can't go because it's under the boat,
Get in the
man.
boat and I'll drift
Yep.
off.
So just hold me here till he drifts
Okay.
off. Here we go. So we're tied
Someone got the drone.
up to the boat. Everybody's a little bit
Got the
excited that
camera.
we're hooked up to a shark.
I don't know whose son it is, but just get it.
Okay, so you can see the boys get quite excited when we get a fish on here. We've got a shark playing with the bait. I can feel him playing with it. He's just gonna let him run with it, and then we're gonna try and sink that hook in the corner of his mouth. That's the tricky part. Yeah, here he is. Here he is, Jay. Get ready, mate.
Yeah, next time he won't just relax. Yeah, come on, Jake, relax. Righto, we're on. Cameras. We're on.
Yep.
Yep. Rob. Cameras.
Okay, we're hooked up.
Righto. Righto, let him go.
I'm pretty sure it's a Marlin, Jake. One of those blues, those guys that's holding up. Okay, Jay, let me go, mate. Let me go. Yep, let me go. Just trust me, let me go. I'm free. No, you're probably okay there. Just leave your motor up and drift away. Actually, hang on. Yeah. With this big fish on and the boat out of the way, I can now settle into the fight. Okay. Oh, we're hooked up to a shark. Fraser Island shark. We're assuming that's what it is. I was just tied off to the back of the boat. And we are hooked up. Yeah, boy. Fraser Island, renowned for sharks. Tied up to the back of the mothership and dropped a fresh spotted mackerel frame. And boom, hooked up. The boys on the boat, as you heard, got quite excited. They're quite excited at this time of the day. It's about 4 o'clock, beverage o'clock. They've all had a big day on the ski. So they loved it. And who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love entertainment like this when there's nothing else chewing? Now we're just going to try and get him into the shore. Just slowly motoring in. Don't think he's a real huge one, but we'll see what it is. Who knows? He came back and had a few goes at it. Could be anything. This part of the world, man. The boys caught a ray off the boat earlier, a big spotted leopard ray. Yesterday they caught a bigger shark. Marlin, who knows? It's not a marlin, pretty sure of that. But it could be anything, so we'll see. Let's get it ashore, see how we go. Slowly inching closer to the beach. We're about 150 metres off the beach now. Just clicking the Waverunner back into front, get into forward gear while he's coming my way. Oh shit! Oh. Must have run at me then. Thought I'd lost him. Those of you that know me and have seen the stuff that I've done before will know that I love a bit of land-based fishing with the ski, taking the ski land-based and fishing off a beach, a remote beach somewhere that you can't normally access. And that's pretty much what this is like. Even though I hooked it up in the ocean, I'm going to try and get him ashore just so we can have a good look at him and easily release him. He's angry. Okay, here we go. I'm inshore now. Now I've got to try and stop him. By now the noise from the boat had arrived on shore to support me and my catch. This would be a great time for a brown eye.
Yeah, right. Chewy. I think Blakey's coming over on the side.
Oh yeah.
Actually, why don't you do a shoey out your fucking thing, man? Might as well.
A shoey.
Yeah, anyone got a spare can? Yeah, do you want to do a shoey?
What's a shoey?
Well, yeah, do it. Can someone take off your shoe?
I'm not doing a shoey.
Yeah, take off your shoe, you mad
I'm
reader.
on. Hey, I'm on it.
You'll be more famous, trust me. You know that guy F1 Formula 1 racer?
Yeah.
He doesn't race cars anymore. He just does shoeys. Take off your shoe.
Woohoo.
Someone... Oh, yeah, you've got to do a shoey. Yeah. Someone give it here, take off your shoe. Take off your shoe. Yeah.
Fraser shoey.
Yep, Fraser shoey, man, you man.
Just get rid of all the salt water out of it first, cuzzy, and the sand, man.
Dude, they do it out of squid and stuff here, man.
You get the sand out of it.
Right, everyone recording this, you got to get some behind this. Ready? Fraser Island shoey.
Hang on, let me just get some line on them. Go, bro.
Ready, go. Go.
Okay, let's get back to business. There he is. Bit of a splash. Tail out of the water. Oh yeah. Come on. I can see him out there, just below the water. Pretty soon, he'll be in too shallow to hide his fin. He's coming in. Nearly got him now. He's so close. Just trying to get him in here beside the ski. If we turn him one more time, we've got him. Okay, we've got the leader. Let's drag him in. Look at that. What a fish. How was that for an awesome ending to an awesome trip? Blake and I came over here. We got some really nice tuna. I chased some marlin, just about landed one, hooked one, it got away. They say it's better to have hooked and lost than never to have hooked at all. And that's true for this black marlin. Went back to the boat this afternoon, baited up and hooked up this guy, 200 kilo bronze whaler. That's an awesome end to an awesome trip at Fraser Island. He's away.